Hello, hello. I want to give a quick overview of one of my favorite brands at the moment, and one that has many of us collectors and watch enthusiasts extremely excited, and that's Arm& Strong. They're doing something we really haven't seen in the luxury watch market, but we've seen in so many other luxury areas like the car market, in which the brand designs the basic item and fundamental bits and then allows the client to go in and pick their specifications like the color, the material, and in this case, whether it's going to be worn on the left or right hand. We've seen that in the car markets where you can go in and pick your leathers, colors, and materials, but we finally have it here in the watch market, so super exciting stuff. And just like in those other markets, you can actually design it both online or in store, depending on whether you want a little bit more advice or want to be in the comfort of your own home. So you get those options, and yeah, super, super cool. So the watch we're going to look at right now is the AR15 Mirrored Renaissance, and basically what Resonance, excuse me, and what Resonance is it's basically a separate regulating system, balance wheel, escapements, in which it's connected by a clutch spring spinning it in opposite directions, one counterclockwise, one clockwise, and then it basically balances out any mistakes or anything. So when like a shock happens, it can minimize those mistakes and keep the watch running as precisely and accurately as possible. So not many other companies work with Resonance, so Arm & Strong created their own in-house movement for this watch, which is something we also look for in these watches. And it does have, a few things that aren't in-house, like the sapphire crystal, the rubies and springs and things like that. But in terms of most of the watch world, that's to be expected. What's also cool about this is it's skeletonized, but like more skeletonized for a purpose. You get to watch that phenomenon of resonance happening versus just kind of just skeletonized in a watch just to say like, oh, look, that's the inside of my watch. Look at all the shiny bits. So a watch with basically more character than most skeleton watches, which is really cool. And with the options that they're providing, so many of us are different in the watch world. So we might want a certain watch, but it doesn't fit our characteristics. So what this kind of does is allows us eccentrics to have it in an eccentric design if we want, and the low-key and more cooled-down individuals can spec it very nicely and simple, so everybody can have the watch that they want. And of course, they have other watches in their line, as you see there, and all customizable, all up to you at what piece you want and how you want it to look, what colors and everything like that. So super, super cool. And so many guys that are left-handed, of course you would wear your watch on your right hand, but a lot of manufacturers don't make every watch in for your right hand, so they got to deal with having the crown on the other side or be forced to wear the watch on the wrong hand, which can be annoying. But what these guys will do is take an entire movement and they'll kind of swap it around for those of you who want the watch on the left wrist, because on the right wrist because you're left-handed. They'll swap the whole movement, putting the crown on the other side for you, so you can still have the watch that you desire, and it will be on the right hand. So super exciting news for those of you who have been annoyed with stuff like that in the past. So my favorite watch from Arm & Strong right now is, of course, the Mirrored Resonance that we have here. Such a cool movement and such a cool design. These guys are doing absolutely amazing things with their watches and coming up very strongly and very fastly. So if you haven't heard of them, if you haven't seen them, go ahead and check out their website. They're doing really cool stuff. And again, this is the AR F15 Mirrored Resonance. So yeah, check them out. It's cool stuff.